Hey everybody, it's me Chris. I'm back over here in the kitchen. Everybody's stuck at home right now with the virus and everything going on. Tough to eat out, so I'm like most people. I'm cooking at home like I usually do. And so today I thought I'd show you how to make homemade French fries. It's actually pretty easy to do. I got the ingredients here. It's just potatoes. These are russet potatoes that I already cut, and I'm just going to show you how I cut them. So I peeled one here. And basically what you want to do, you want about a 1/4 inch, but really you could cut it to any size that you want. So I'm going to cut this into 1/4 inch slices, and then I just turn it just like this, and I'm going to cut my fries just like this. Alright, so my potatoes are all cut, and I got them in here just in some regular cold water, and I'm just going to let these soak. And really, that's one of two keys to making French fries. You got to soak them at least for a couple hours in water. Overnight is fine. And then the other key is you got to cook them twice. So usually in a restaurant, they'll fry them quick for a few minutes, take them out and drain them, and then put them back in the fryer. I'm going to show you a little bit easier way for the first cook. I'm just going to boil them in some regular water and drain them. And then I'll show you how I fry them. All right, so the next step here, I got some boiling water here. I'm just going to take my potatoes that have been soaking. I'm going to put them into the boiling water. And we're really just looking for a blanch or just a quick cook. You want to let these go for just like 2 minutes. And then I'm going to put them onto this baking sheet. I got lined with a towel and some paper towels because you got to drain them really well before we fry them. You can't have oil and water mixed. So I'm going to finish that up and I'll show you the next step. These are done. I'm going to take the last few out here. And you can see I got them all on my sheet pan draining. And again, you don't want to cook these more than a minute or two, just till they start to cook. And you can just see, I could take one and it can bend a little bit. But it's definitely not cooked, it's just par cooked. And now what you got to do is just get some extra paper towels and pat these dry. Make sure they're super dry so that we're ready to fry them. Because you don't want any moisture going into the oil. It's going to be bad news for you if you put water in the oil. It's not good. But the other cool thing you can do at this point, if you want, you can let these cool, freeze them in the sheet pan just like this, and put them into a Ziploc bag, and then you have them ready to go if you want to make a big batch or a double batch. Anytime you want French fries, you take them out and fry them up, and you're ready to go. Alright, so I got my oil heating up, and I just got a little bit extra paper towel, because I always just make sure I pat these dry right before I put them in there. I got about maybe a 1/2 inch oil in here, not too much. This is canola oil. You can't use extra virgin olive oil here. Well, you can, but it doesn't have a very high smoke point. It'll probably burn. So you want to use vegetable or canola oil or peanut oil or something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start to fry these in batches. And I got my stainless bowl here with a little paper towel in there. So after each batch is done, I'll put it in there to drain for a second. I'll season it and mix it up. But the way I do this is, well, first you got to check and make sure your oil's hot. And what you can do is just take a fry and just stick it in there very carefully. And then you can see it's bubbling rapidly, so I know my oil's nice and hot. So at this point, I'm just going to use my spider here to load up some fries. And then just carefully drop them in. Make sure you don't splash yourself. And I'm going to start to cook them so they're nice and golden brown. All right, so these look pretty good. I think they're done. About 7-8 minutes. Depends on your oil and the heat of your oil. And when you're frying like this, it's nice to have one of these deep skillets. This is a cast iron one by Lodge. These really come in handy. So these are nice and golden brown. I'm going to fish these out and put them over here on the paper towel to drain for a second. And then we'll season them. Alright, so before I start the next batch, it's important you want to season these while they're nice and hot. And I like to use just regular table salt for this, not kosher salt. I just think it coats it a little bit better. So I'm just going to put a little bit of salt, not too much, and then I'll take out this paper towel and you can just toss them up. Alright, so basically that's all there is to it. My fries are done. They're nice and golden brown. They're really, really good. They're delicious. I'm going to give one a try. And I will say they're way better than any fast food restaurant when you make them at home. You just taste more like potato. They're not over manufactured or processed. They're not coming out of a freezer. it's French fries on a different level. So you really got to try to make it at home. I hope you do, and I hope you like it. I appreciate you watching the video. Hey, don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take care, everybody.